All right, so welcome to another episode of Crypto SGC Crypto. Um, Basically, today I just wanted to walk you all through just kind of a introduction, really, just to Flare X's liquidity pools that they're going to have, the 50/50 liquidity pools. If you aren't really educated on what liquidity pools are exactly, I suggest that you do go learn about that. And then come back to this video because it's important to understand liquidity pools at some level before kind of understanding something like this. Otherwise, you're just going to be confused the whole time and asking a lot of questions, which I don't mind, but it's just make your life easier, make everybody's life easier if you understand liquidity pools first of all. And I'm going to be on, so this website, it's by the Defi Standard. I don't know if you've heard of them on YouTube, but they are very helpful YouTube channel that seems like they're primarily focused on, like their content is primarily focused on the XRP ledger, XRP, new projects on the XRPL, Flare Finance, Flare Networks as a whole. They do a lot of that kind of information. I'm subscribed to them on YouTube. Very, very helpful channel. They break things down very simply, and I just found out they have a blog actually, and that's where I will be kind of walking you through some of the details of these 50/50 liquidity pools that we will see in the beginning of Flare Finance launching, Flare X and Flare Farm. So let's get right into it. So initially, it looks like they're going to have 7 different 50/50 liquidity pools. So you're going to have YFlare, YUSD, YFIN, Flare, FXRP, FDoge, F Litecoin, and FXLM. And these will all be paired to YUSD. So it's kind of nice. I personally like liquidity pools that are paired with a stablecoin. So this will be nice to have it paired with the Flare Finance's stablecoin YUSD. Now, also I wanted to talk today kind of about a strategy to use with these liquidity pools. But first, let's kind of understand how you'll be making money with the liquidity pools, specifically for these liquidity pools. So FlareX fees are set at 0.30% of each transaction. So, and then additionally, 10% of this 30% or 0.3% will be diverted to the team just for them to manage things and keep the things running. Now, so that means we will be earning 0.27% on every single transaction, any single transaction fee that occurs within this. But I mean, if you think about it, if you look at any exchange and watch the transactions being made, there are transactions being made every single second. And so these fees will add up very quickly. And the fees are only for that specific liquidity pool. So let's say you're delegated into YFLR and YUSD. You will only receive fees that happen within that liquidity pool. So let's say someone deposits 1,000 YFLR and YUSD, then you'll only receive fees on that transaction. And they do have an example of that, but just so you know. And you'll only receive a percentage of that 0.27%. That 0.27% is split amongst everybody that's in that pool. And you'll see here, let's say there's $10 million staked in this pool, and we'll go with their example, FXRP and YUSD. Let's say there's $10 million in value staked there, and then you enter it with $100,000 right here. That would mean you have a 1% stake in the pool, so you're going to be earning 1% of 1% of this 0.27% of fees. And then they have a very clear example. They say, let's assume a trade of $1 million in FXRP is made in exchange for YUSD within this liquidity pool. The fee from this trade would be, so it'd be 0.3% of $1 million, which is $3,000. But then you got to take out their fee, so it'd be 2.7 K. And now that 2.7K would be split up amongst all the people that have a stake in this liquidity pool. So you, having 1% stake in this pool, earn $27 from that one trade. Now, $1 million is a pretty massive trade, and you probably won't see that very often, if at all. But I mean, let's think about that. If you're seeing transactions happen every second, which you really do in a lot of places, especially now that with Flare Finance, Flare Network, it's a one of its own. It's the first of its kind. I mean, the first of its kind of decentralized exchange, decentralized platform. And so I think we're going to see massive amounts of transactions in this, and massive amounts of value and liquidity flowing through these pools. And so being able to rack up a lot of money, especially in the beginning. I mean, think about it. In the beginning, let's say I don't think there will be $10 million staked in these pools right off the bat. So, I mean, even if you throw $100,000 into that pool, I would think there'd be maximum about $1 million in each of these pools right out the gate. So you'd have a 10% stake in that. If you have $100,000 to lock up, obviously. But, you know, that's why, and you'll hear this time and time again from many different YouTubers, is getting in early is key. It's really your greatest opportunity to make the most amount of money. And so back to the fees and everything and how you're going to be making money. So you're going to earn that $27 off that 2.7K that is split up amongst the users or the stakeholders. And that's not all you're going to be earning. That fee is really just extra. And something to note about these fees is you're not going to see them show up in your wallet or anything. They're simply going to, as it says here, fees earned from liquidity providing on FlareX are auto-compounded back into the pool the user is staked in. And so those fees, that $27 is going to be split evenly amongst the FXRP YUSD pool, or whatever pool you're in. So $13.50 will go to FXRP, and $13.50 to YUSD. It'll be split up evenly. Now, something else now, so like I said, that's all extra. Those fees are extra money, which is fantastic. I mean, who doesn't love free money? And those fees, I mean, it's gonna be huge. I love it. I can't. So now, also by providing liquidity, and this is where the main money is made, by providing liquidity to a FlareX pool, in our case FXRP and YUSD, you're going to receive liquidity pool tokens, LP tokens, in return. And these tokens represent the user's value staked in a given liquidity pool on FlareX. Now, you're going to receive your gains, your LP tokens. They're going to come in the form of FXRP and YUSD split evenly. And they'll probably show up in your wallet that is attached to the FlareX or the Flare Finance platform. Could be Bifrost, MetaMask, whatever you choose to use. And then from here, this is where it gets really awesome. So you're going to, and I love their graphics. That's why I just love this post and just them in general. The DeFi Standard, they're very helpful. But if you look at what's going to happen here, so this is the FXRP YUSD liquidity pool. The user here, this is you. Let's say you throw 5x or 10,000 bucks in, split evenly, 5,000 YUSD, 5,000 FXRP. You throw that into the liquidity pool, and in return, you're going to see 10,000 LP tokens. This isn't accurate. This is really just for example's sake. But so then you'll be getting those 10,000 LP tokens in return. So now this is yours. And these fees, this is just representing that extra money you're going to be receiving on the daily. And these rewards will be paid out daily, just so you know. And so now you have 10,000 LP tokens in your thing. Now you could choose to just throw this right back into this liquidity pool and keep reversing redoing the process, or you can come down here and start to earn YFIN. So you'll take those 10,000 LP tokens, throw them into this FXRP YUSD on Flare Farm. So this over here, this is Flare X where you started, and now you'd be bringing it over to Flare Farm to then start earning YFIN. YFIN is very important. It is the governance token of the entirety of the Flare network, and so it's going to give you the ability to vote on different projects, on new tokens coming to the platform, like new F assets, rates within these liquidity pools. So it's an important token if you're interested in that kind of thing and having a say, which I am. So I'm going to be trying to get as much YFIN as possible. But with that YFIN, you can hold it, and at the same time, you can then delegate it into there, and it says it right here. User can utilize YFIN across the Flare Finance product suite and governance staking pool. You'll see this with another DeFi platform. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's Iron Finance. They have their governance token. It's Iron. I believe it's Iron or it's Frost or something like that. But you can stake that for about like 300+% APY, and it's It's just a chance to, rather than just this sitting in your wallet, you can earn gains with it. Um, in YFIN, it's going to be important, if you want to say, and also to earn money. And with that YFIN staking pool, you'll then earn rewards. But you can keep doing this process. You have this, you're earning those LP tokens. Bring it down here, stake it for that YFIN. But this is going to keep, you're going to keep receiving LP tokens on the daily from this, from your fees and from that initial 10,000 you put in. So all the gains you're putting from there, you can keep all your money on Flare X. You're still going to be making money. It just it just depends on what you want, what your needs are, what your wants are. Me personally, I want YFIN, so I'm going to be bringing my gains from Flare X, my LP tokens, from that pool over to Flare Farm and staking it for YFIN, to then stake it again for over here on the governance staking pool. This is really just kind of what yield farming is just compounding your money. You're just keep moving it around, finding the best possible way to keep earning, I suppose is the best way I can explain it. But it's cool. Like this is going to be huge. I don't believe there is a set date yet. I mean, we've had set dates of when the Flare Finance platform, Flare Network platform is going to launch, and there've been just nothing but pushbacks. But I mean, it's understandable. I don't want them to launch some site that is just full of bugs and shit where I'm just losing money. But that's why we have Songbird Network. Now, down here, they start to talk about impermanent loss right here. These are just bullet points, but up here they explain it very thoroughly. Impermanent loss is something you do want to be educated on if you're going to be messing around with liquidity pools and such, because you can lose your ass, and you don't want that. So if you're interested, I will actually put this link here into the description of this video so you can go check it out. Also, just go check out the DeFi Standards channel on YouTube. Like I said, super helpful. They're awesome. It's always Mickey B Fresh and Patty XRP. They're awesome. So thanks for tuning in on this video. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below, or if you have any videos you'd like me to make about a certain topic within the crypto space, mostly in DeFi. DeFi is really where I spend most of my time learning. I've kind of been crossing over to the metaverse lately ever since Facebook's announcement. But yeah, with that, just let me know if you have any questions or if there's any topic you want me to cover. So with that, I hope you have an awesome day.